yeah, dude. You figured it out. I mean, I remember having those conversations with you. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You know, it's short-term money with no end. There's no, like, goal that you can reach where it's worth it. And so you're always going to be working for somebody. You're always going to be doing something other than stand-up comedy. And you're going to be trapped. There's no way out of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, fortunately, you had balls when you fucking went for it.
I was telling Tom yesterday, we were talking about just how when the algorithm just doesn't make sense. When you're not succeeding in comedy, you're like, what do I do? How do I get people to my shows? I remember sitting back at the bar at the Improv or at the store with you, and you were like, you need to get a Netflix special. And I remember just going like, how? And you're like, be undeniable. And I was like, that was the only thing that made sense to me, was like, every time you step on stage, stone sober, be undeniable. Stone sober, murder top to bottom, no prisoners, be undeniable. And I remember going, I wrote that in my joke book, be undeniable everywhere. And then you get the one special, you get this fucking Netflix special, and I was like, my mantra was, be undeniable. This will be the best thing you've ever done. I told the girls goodbye. I went on the road 3 months straight before that special. Every fucking day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No tour bus, flying from city to city. Just doing that hour, running that hour, rethinking the hour, listening to people. All I thought about was that fucking hour. Because that mantra, be undeniable, was my thing.
That's my mantra for everything. People would talk all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Skill level, you get to a refinement of this creation you put together that is just rock star. People could not like it because there's a lot of amazing shit that people don't like. They just have different tastes. But as to whether or not you're competent, whether or not you're doing well, you just have to be undeniable. And as a comic is being a comic is one of the rare legitimate meritocracies. Like, if you fucking kill, people want to see you. They want to come back and see you again, and you make them feel good. As long as you're not an asshole, like to other comics or booking agents where they don't want to use you, like, fuck that guy, I don't care if it's funny, that can trip up careers. And it's tripped up a lot of people's careers. But other than that, if you're funny, you fucking make it. You just keep going, and it finds a way. Everything works itself out if you're funny.
Yeah. It's kind of a cool business to be a part of, because it's almost like panning for gold, I think. Because all I do is think about jokes. That's all I do. All I do is edits.
Yeah.
And ideas are so much fucking fun.
Yeah, I like panning for gold, right?
Yeah.
Neil Brennan said that he thinks of ideas as like a fish that he catches in his net. And that's the joke. So it's like he's next to a river, there's a bunch of fish going by, he just catches it. That's it.
It's so fun too. Like, this is why I went up on stage drunk last night, because it's fun.
You were there drunk. You showed up drunk.
I showed up very drunk.
Yeah, you didn't have like this wasn't a decision.
No. Well, I could have just said I don't want to do it, but I'm bored of my act. I was with my parents. I was like, I'm bored of my act. And I was like, I need to go up drunk and try and fuck it up a little bit. Because if you fuck up your act, you're forced to think in the moment, and that is how you can find solves for stories.
Yeah.
And so I have one story that does have a good ending, and I need to find the ending. And I was like, I could find it in there somewhere. I didn't.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Just like keep putting yourself in that spot, you'll find it.
Yeah.
There's many times where there's a new thing that's happening, and I'll just talk about it. Just rest as long as I know I have material before, material afterwards, and I can take myself out. I'll just go, let's see where we go. You never know, because you're in that weird performing mindset. You can't recreate that. You can't recreate the feeling of all these people watching you and you being back up against the wall, pressure, and you're thinking on the fly.
Yeah.
Hard to do.
It's so great though when you get the thing, when you stumble on it. What do you think's better, okay? So you figure it out on stage that first time, and you know the next time it's gonna murder. You don't do it that first time. You figure it out, and you go, oh fuck! As you get on stage, you go, I figured it out. I'm gonna do it. Is that the better feeling, or is it the next time when you do it for the first time and it works?
I think the first time a bit kills, like it's a brand new bit. Like there's been times that I've had an idea in the day, and I sit down and I write it out, and then I maybe write it on a piece of paper, and I've gone on stage and it murders, and it is the wildest feeling. It's like, it's so much better than any bits that I know I'm gonna hit them. It's gonna be boom. I know where the punchlines are. Then there's stuff like that it's just like, it's like a gift from the universe. It didn't exist before, and now you have it. And now you go up and do it. The first time you ever kill the joke is the greatest feeling. It's because you're laughing. It's funny to you. It's like you're just hearing it. You're hearing it out loud for the first time, really. It's like when you come up with an idea, it's in your head, like, you write it out, or you say it to somebody, tell me what you think about this. But when you go on stage with it, you get nervous for the first time. This is the first time the audience is hearing it. It's the first time you're really performing. You'll think it's funny. So it has like this extra crackle because they know you're laughing too. Like, there's nothing worse than the fake laugh.
Yeah.
The fake laugh is horrible. The bad fake laugh. The comics on stage, like,
the worst.
And they do it every time they do the bit. Like, there's times when you're saying something, you're just feeling it, you're having fun, and you just laugh.
Yeah.
But it's a real laugh. But if you're fake laughing with every other bit, like, that might work if you're in row 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might work if you're in row 30 at a comedy club. It's not going to work in the front row. In the front row, people are going to be like, look at this fake laugh. How weird is this?
God help you if they see you twice.
Yeah, fake laugh twice in the same spot.
Right.
Like, I can't. If you do one of those, I can't.
Let me get through this.
This episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens. Even if you have the healthiest diet imaginable, it's hard to give our body everything it needs, which is why I take Athletic Greens. Just one tasty scoop of AG Medicines custom. Get 1 free year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. That's athleticgreens.com/Rogan.
This episode is brought to you by Fuel. Sometimes it feels like there just aren't enough hours of nutritionally 68%. Perfect for breakfast and lunch. Go to fuel.com/Rogan to get a free t-shirt, free delivery, and a free shaker.
I'm cracking myself up so much right now.
There's something really bad with the fake laugh. And you would make some comments about it.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking fake laugh when they walk out of the room.
Oh, yeah.
You ever done a table read and you do the fake laugh?
Yeah.
The worst. Or a run through. And all the writers laugh really loud. And then they roast. They're trying to like give you support, so they're laughing along with it in a supportive, weird way.
You can tell who writes the joke based on who's laughing.
Yes, 100%.
Without a doubt. And it's one of the things like that made me hate writers' rooms, made me want to get out of there. I'm like, oh, this part sucks. Like the coming up with jokes and making each other genuinely laugh in the moment. Like something breaks on the news and you guys are just cracking up. That part's amazing. But yeah, once you do the first read in front of the execs back then, like it's just a nightmare. It's like, oh, this is all fake. This is all nothing.
Yeah.
Like a bad joke has the same value as a brilliant joke now. If everybody's laughing the same.
Right, you'll never know what's the good spot, what the good stuff is.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that that laughter is so contagious that they use fake laughter on television shows to let you know where you should laugh?
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Have you seen the ones where they pull the laughter out?
Oh, like of the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And they pull the laughter out, and it's just awkward.
Madness. It's madness. It's like, what kind of art form is this? This is so strange.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Have you seen the ones where they pull the laughter out?
Oh, like of the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And they pull the laughter out, and it's just awkward.
Madness. It's madness. It's like, what kind of art form is this? This is so strange. It's like you're showing me some weird deleted world that doesn't exist, where people have like they're like 3/4 people, they're not like 100% people. They're missing a lot of their emotions. They're weird, like everything's flat and strange, and everybody talks in like these. I'll say something, then you say something, then I'll say something, then you say something. No one talks over anybody. There's no stumbling of words.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Andy Kaufman had beef with it all the way back then.
Yeah.
I remember him saying that's the laughter of dead people. And to think that it stayed one of the main sources of comedy entertainment for so long after that.
Well, it kind of still is around, right? Miss Pat does it with a live audience. She's probably the only one doing it well right now.
This past show is awesome.
It's a very good show.
Awesome.
It's a very good show. I was like legitimately impressed. Because you know, when your friend does a show, you're like, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I watch your show, and she wanted to come on with the executive producers. Really good guy.
Yeah.
Really smart guy. He knows a lot of shit about like old Hollywood and movies. But when I watch her show, I'm like, this is a good fucking show. Like this, it's, you know, it's good that it's on a streaming platform too, because it'll show that it grows there and get a chance to take legs. But that could be anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think it might be somewhere else. I think it might be
I know it's
going
on
to
Paramount.
Netflix.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Is that what it is?
So whoever owns BET, which I think is Paramount Plus, is now it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But you know that the world of those shows is an odd world, man. There's so many egos and so many ideas have to like come together in a perfect convergence to make a show, and then everybody wants to take credit for it. It's like it's all so weird, man. And then you have the weirdness of the actors, like they want to be billed on the like when they read the credits. That's important, like what number you are. I remember I was over Callan's house once, and he had this actress lady that he was having relations with, and she made a snide comment about someone being like the fourth name on a sitcom, like the fourth, you know, like how, I don't know what the term is.
Fourth lead.
Is that what it is? The fourth lead? Is that what they say?
I think that was how they described the order.
Whatever it was, when they were reading off, like, that was her insult about this person. That, please, he's the fourth lead on some sitcom. Like, they don't even read his name first. They read his name fourth. I'm like, that's an insult. She's an out-of-work actress.
Yeah.
She's not working. She's probably working as a waitress. But her insult was that there was this person, and they don't read his name quick enough when they read the names out for the stories. So there's this whole weird social hierarchy to the show. It wasn't like everybody. There's no stumbling of words.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Andy Kaufman had beef with it all the way back then.
Yeah.
I remember him saying like that's the laughter of dead people, and to think that it stayed one of the main sources of comedy entertainment for so long after that.
Well, it kind of still is around, right? Miss Pat does it with a live audience. She's probably the only one doing it well right now.
This past show is awesome.
It's a very good show.
It's awesome.
It's a very good show. I was like legitimately impressed. Because you know, when your friend does a show, you're like, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I watch your show, and she wanted to come on with the executive producers. Really young guy.
Yeah.
Really smart guy. He knows a lot of shit about like old Hollywood and movies. But when I watch her show, I'm like, this is a good fucking show. Like this, it's, you know, it's good that it's on a streaming platform too, because it'll show that it grows there and get a chance to take legs. But that could be anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think it might be somewhere else. I think it might be
I know it's
going
on
to
Paramount.
Netflix.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Is that what it is?
So whoever owns BET, which I think is Paramount Plus, is now it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. But, you know, that the world of those shows is an odd world, man. There's so many egos and so many ideas have to like come together in perfect convergence to make a show. And everybody wants to take credit for it. So it's all so weird, man. And then you have the weirdness of the actors. Like they want to be billed on the like when they read the credits. That's important. Like what number you are. I remember I was over at Callan's house once, and he had this actress lady that he was having relations with, and she made a snide comment about someone being like the fourth name on a sitcom, like the fourth, you know, like how, I don't know what the term is. Fourth lead. Is that what it is? The fourth lead? Is that what they say?
I think that was how they described the order.
Whatever it was, when they were reading off, like, that was her insult about this person. That, please, he's the fourth lead on some sitcom. Like, they don't even read his name first. They read his name fourth. I'm like, that's an insult. She's an out-of-work actress.
Yeah.
She's not working. She's probably working as a waitress. But her insult was that there was this person, and they don't read his name quick enough when they read the names out for the stories. So there's this whole weird social hierarchy to the show. It wasn't like everybody's naming on the show Tony Hinchcliffe, Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan, all together one picture. No, it's like Bert Kreischer, Tony Hinchcliffe. Like, if you got fourth, it's like nobody gives a fuck about you. They could write you out.
Yeah.
You die in a car accident. You're not necessary for this show.
Actors are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, just not
Amber Heard. She's fun. She is the ultimate crazy lady. That's like an interview with Bigfoot. We got it. There it is. There it is. This is what we've been telling you about. This is a real.
I mean, imagine that's real. To only do that, the imposter syndrome has to be completely overwhelming. You didn't write anything, and someone else told you how to do that. They bent your motion. Look this way, chin up. Let's do it again. Do it slower. Take a pause between this. Nothing is under your control.
I don't think they get imposter syndrome.
Well, imposter syndrome is the opposite. Imposter syndrome is the becoming super famous and super wealthy. That happens to a lot. That's happened to me. It happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They get successful and they go, I'm fraud. This is fake. Even though people love you, you go out and kill. You're like, I feel like an imposter. Because it's so strange. It's a new identity. And that new identity is very difficult for you to relate to. It's not most of your life. Most of your life is Tony Hinchcliffe, regular guy from Columbus, Ohio. And all of a sudden it's Tony Hinchcliffe, successful comic, and you're touring and you're killing everywhere. And you go on stage and they're cheering. Like, you feel like an imposter. That's imposter syndrome. What they are is just crazy.
Yeah.
They are good at pretending to be a thing. And some of them are cool as fuck. There's a lot of very cool actors. Very cool actors. Johnny Depp's very cool. But some of them are just complete insane people that know how to manipulate and play this game, and they get deeply embedded into the Hollywood system. They become friends with casting agents and producers and executives. They go to the right parties, they say the right things, they shake the right hands, they look good, they're attractive and charismatic like her, and next thing you know, they're famous. But they're legitimate sociopaths. Like, legitimately insane people. And there's not just one of those out there. There's a fucking ecosystem of them. There's a shit ton of them. We know some of them that are comics.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. And they're psychopaths. And they're out there acting like normal people. They're like vampires, just like living amongst regular people, just pretending, making their way through. But they're not. They're crazy people. They steal ideas. They backstab people. They lie about being beaten up. Like this one.
Yeah.
That is also what happens in show business, because the kind of person that wants an exorbitant amount of attention oftentimes has an exorbitant amount of damage.
So then I wanted to be like those people so bad when I got to Hollywood. Like, be someone who knew a casting director's name, or knew anyone, or went to the parties. I wanted to be like that so bad, and I couldn't help but be me, and who I am is not very conducive to those moments.
Well, back then they didn't know that you being you was an actual business model.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, back then they would go, you can't be that. You're gonna have to clean up your act, because we got to present you as something that you're not to make it more marketable.
Yeah.
They didn't have a YouTube. They didn't have a podcast. They didn't have a venue, an avenue where you could do a special. Back then, if you got a special, man, how many people got an HBO special? It's like fucking Eddie Murphy got one, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, a few Kinnison, a few people got them. But it wasn't like every week you have a new Netflix special. Like, there's so many new Netflix specials.
I took a shit at a casting director's house one time.
You took a shit there?
Well, I had to take a shit, and
I get it.
I took a shit, and fucking someone was like, they told her, and she was like, you shit at my house? And I was like, well, yeah, you have a toilet. What do you use it for? Like, I didn't, it was a party.
She was upset that you shit at her house?
I shit at her house. I was like, I don't know, man. I've had a few people be upset that I shit at their house. It's crazy that people get upset that you shit at their house.
What a weird question. Did
Yeah.
you shit at my house? What
Did you
want me
shit
to
at my
do?
house?
Run away and go to the forest?
Yeah.
The fuck do you want me to find a gas station?
It was the party where you were all white. What's that party? It's like Memorial Day or Labor Day. It was a Labor Day party. Everyone was all dressed
KKK?
white. Yeah.
Fuck are you in?
We're in the Grand Wizard.
Did you have a cape?
I had a mask on. I was like, how did you know it was me?
Yeah, people that get upset that you take a shit, like, what are you living in some weird little kid world where you pretend people don't shit? It's unfortunate. If someone comes over my house and I open up the door after they took a shit, I'm like, Jesus, I don't say anything. I just go, oh boy.
People do that? People shit at your place?
For sure, people shit at my house.
No,
I shit at our doctor's house today.
Good.
Yeah. He heard it too. I took his shit and then I heard him making coffee. I was like,